Hello and welcome to my channel. With me today I have this video of an Israeli lady complaining over people supporting Palestine, to say that it's people who have not even been to Israel and know nothing about the history, who are busy online saying that Israel deserves it. Now she denies allegations of Israel stealing Palestinian land and tells people to stop talking about issues they don't understand. Here's the video.
Because it's roaming our country. People who have never been here, who know nothing about our history, are online saying that Israel deserves it because this is what Israel does to the Palestinians. Don't talk about issues that you don't understand. Stop spreading lies that somebody else has told you. Israel didn't steal any land from anybody. It can be to think that the children of Israel are not from Israel. Like, how? It makes no sense. And the fact that you can look at these videos of innocent people ripped out of homes, these 20-year-olds celebrating and partying at a rave in the middle of the desert. Kids are 350 and like 2,000. If you watch these things and don't condemn it and you think it's okay because of politics, then what's wrong with you? These were actual things. You can see in these videos like 15-year-old kids coming into Israel, Palestinians coming into Israel and stealing and every modern, democratic Western country in the world has already condemned organization has done.
Now, of course, people are always there to stitch such videos. I mean, in this generation and era, she can't say people don't know the history of either Israel or Palestine. Come on, like, life is now easy, and all thanks to Google and other online services that make information very accessible to anyone just at the tip of our fingers. So her saying that sounds crazy. I don't know, but let's check out what people had to say in their stitches. Here are the stitches.
Don't talk about issues that you don't understand.
How much did you get paid to make this video? Genuine, serious question, because you could not pay me all the money in the world to sit down and film a video and look this stupid. Now let's put it into simpler terms for you to understand, okay? Let's try and simplify this as much as possible. You got lunch money at school, and every day you come to school, there's this one bully that snatches your lunch money up every single day. And after weeks of this, you're fed up and you're like, I'm not taking this anymore. So, what do? You stand up for yourself. Oh my goodness, what a revolutionary idea. Because you don't want to be hungry at lunchtime again, do you? They have no water, no electricity. Everything is cut off from them. At least you have, like, the internet, electricity. You can easily go and search this stuff up and educate yourself a little bit. There are parents holding their children's body parts in bags. But oh my gosh, it's so sad because you have to stay inside your home. A home. You have a home. A house. They've had that bombed and completely ruined from them.
Israel deserves it because this...
Wallah al-Azim, you all deserve to rot in hell, but okay, let me explain. So you stole Palestinian land, and then with the help of the UN and the US, you made it officially your country. And then you started ethnically cleansing the indigenous people of that land. And then when they fight back, they are called... That's not all, no. You cut off all resources. You block all ways out of there. And the double standards is crazy. Y'all keep talking about women rights and, oh, it's the first Middle Eastern country to give women their rights, but against innocent Palestinian civilians, innocent Palestinian women and children, the shit we see every day in the media. How? Please go educate yourselves because...
What country are you referring to? Because Israel's not a country, it's a settler colonial project. I've seen videos of what the Israeli occupational forces are doing to Palestinians, and it's absolutely terrifying. And then every video I see of Israeli settlers, they look pretty comfortable, other than not having enough gluten-free flour. It's definitely not a war. It's just oppressors committing a genocide. Also, I think the fear-mongering by using the word terror really played out at this point. Free Palestine.
Israel didn't steal any land from anybody.
Israel is a settler colonial. The academic consensus of settler colonial studies that the state of Israel conforms to the model of settler colonialism. When I say academic consensus, I mean that a majority of scholars working within settler colonial studies agree with this. This isn't some half-brained opinion that's been cooked out of nowhere. It is scholarly consensus.
The children of Israel are not from...
So Google is free. And that's where I went. And I looked up, prior to 1948, has there ever been a place on earth called, or a civilization on earth called, or named, not civilization, a land, a piece of land, a country, anything called Israel? And the answer to that was no. So then I looked up, of course, prior to Palestine, what was Palestine called? And I got Canaan and a couple other things that I didn't remember, but it was not Israel. There has never been a place on earth that was named Israel that coincided with religious texts. So then I looked up what is the oldest historical text, historical text that we have of the word Israel. And I came across, and I'm going to put it down below. I came across a tablet that exists. It's an ancient Egyptian tablet, and in it is what they believe the first mention of Israel is. And here's the thing about that translation, because it's in hieroglyphs, they're unsure. So how they came to the conclusion of we'll call it Israel is that the scientist that they hired was unsure about a hieroglyph. He was able to make out the rest, but there was one specific hieroglyph where he was just like, I don't know. And from what they had already come up with, which was something along I remember semi-correctly, it was like is.sa.ss, something that would sound along the lines of like Issachar or Issar, something like that. And they were just like, Israel. And they were like, okay, Israel. So they went by their knowledge of what they had already known. And that helped them to figure out what this hieroglyph is. So even the oldest text we have of the word Israel is debatable, because it's like, we'll just go with that. That's how we came to that conclusion that this word is Israel. Seems right. And our peers agree that it seems right. It's close enough. So we'll just say Israel. Here's the thing about that text and the context clues around it is that it was not referring to a place, but rather a description of a group of people who were nomadic. So without land, a nomadic group. It was a description of them. They were called Israel, or what we have accepted to be the translation that is Israel. This woman literally saying, how fucking stupid do you have to be to not understand that the children of Israel are from Israel is profound, because it really is telling of how dangerous religious doctrine is. Okay, this is colonialism, what they're doing. There has never been in Israel. Okay, it was Palestine. It still is Palestine. In actuality, when you actually do the research and you realize that the only thing tying this place is religious doctrine, the only thing tying that name to that place is religious doctrine, you come to the conclusion that this is fictitious and that children, women, and men are being enticed over some fictitious ass shit. You have a people who correcting them will immediately make you anti-Semitic, doing unto others what was done to them in the most horrific way. Please explain to me the logic of withholding water in hospitals. The reason why Israel is doing what it is doing is because they feel like they are God's chosen people and that is their land. And it's legitimately, first of all, I have a mental health history. Okay. As someone who's familiar with who I was in the system and all, and like mental health phrases, what I'm seeing is delusion and psychosis being justified because enough people agree on a delusion. That's really it. It's like the mess of entire generations due to psychosis. And it's okay. And it's not psychosis because enough people are going along with it. There has never been a place on earth called Israel. Never. And maybe you guys are the children of Israel, but Palestine is not that Israel. It's Palestine. And I'm just going to push it even further. I don't recognize the Hamas as a terror organization. I don't. I see them as a people who felt like they had no other choice but to be radical. And I understand that when it comes to you fighting for your rights. When your homes are being stripped from you and your kids, and water is being withheld from you and your children, you have every single, it is better for you fighting for your freedom than to live a slave. And because I'm radical in that way, I don't view them as a terrorist organization. This is not a group of people out here or bomb because they want everybody to be Muslims. This is a group of people fighting for their rights, for their homes that they were literally pulled out of.
Analysts say all outposts are a backdoor to keep claiming Palestinian land after Israel committed to freezing settlements in the Oslo Accords in 1993. Now, some months ago, more than 50 Jewish families packed their bags and moved to a hilltop in the West Bank in the occupied Palestinian territory. They quickly erected modular homes, a synagogue, and nursery, and even dug a playground to claim a piece of land they neither purchased nor inherited. Now, all settlements or outposts a black door to keep claiming Palestinian land after Israel committed to freezing settlement in the Oslo Accords in 1993 are deemed illegal under international law. Now, the land in question is strategically located. It lies south of Nablus in an area called Jabosabi in the villages of Belta and Yatma that expected to be part of the future state of Palestine. Now, a settlement here would break Palestinian territorial contiguity. Now, these settlers were finally evicted and the Palestinians celebrated it as victory of their resistance. Now, analysts, however, warned that celebrations were premature and unwarranted because Al Jazeera spoke to several experts who said the eviction did not reflect a change of Israeli policy and only displayed how the Israeli state deploys its instruments to facilitate systematic theft of Palestinian property. Underline the word theft. Now, Israel legalizes such outposts of settlements by deploying a draconian interpretation of the Ottoman law that if the land was not cultivated for several years in a row, then it would become the property of the state. Now, it has passed a series of discriminatory laws to be able to confiscate Palestinian property. Israel uses the absentee property law to claim the lands it forced the Palestinians to abandon in the 1948 and 1967 wars. It also deploys a range of tactics to declare all unregistered lands left out by the Ottoman and British occupiers and believed to be 2/3 of the West Bank as possible state land. Now, Palestinian lands are also confiscated in the name of archaeological and tourism purposes, and if they are bought from Palestinians, it is almost always through coercive measures. Well, this is just an example of the information I could get without even having to go to either Israel or Palestine. Now, going back to the video, a lot of people reacted to this video, and the following are the comments I just picked out at random. The first comment reads, Israel has been doing the same thing to Palestine for 75 years, but when they want to fight for their land, they are in the wrong. Make it make sense. So you are saying that Israel is the victim. Israel has been unaliving and running Palestine 75 years, and Palestine had enough and fought back for just one day. Please look at the map of Palestine from 1946 to 2012. Just search up Palestine map on Google. Are you telling me that that's not stealing land? What is that then? Now, this one says the gaslighting, at least you have water, food, electricity, and a home. Free Palestine. Also, we know history. You have been fed a version of history that suits Israel. The fact is that you support 75 years of occupation and people being ripped off of their own land. Okay, now we have come to the end of the video, and I'm still looking at a part where I can find all the this to be a lie, but I can't, so I guess we know where the lie is. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment. From me, it's a bye-bye, and see you in my next video.